This is Resident Evil Requiem. And for the past 30 years, the developers over at Capcom have been producing two different flavors of horror in the series: survival and action. Requiem, however, splits the gameplay between survival and action with precision, in a way that doesn't feel like they're just trying to appease fans from both camps, but uses the gameplay as a tool to tell the story of who each playable character is. By blending the different playstyles with the narrative, Requiem feels like a master's thesis of a game, with Capcom using everything that they've learned on what makes Resident Evil so special over the past 30 years, and even took it a step further. Resident Evil 4 was my first game in the franchise. Yes, the Wii version. I will always defend the molehill of this being the definitive version of the game outside of the argument for the remake. This was the first game in the series that placed the camera behind the character, moving away from heavy puzzles and into shooter territory, but still kept some horror elements that still get to me to this day. Having survived the Raccoon City zombie outbreak as a rookie cop on his first day, Leon is now an experienced agent working for the president. A little older, more confident, and was pure wish fulfillment for me as a teenager. Every corny joke,
where's everyone going? Bingo?
Suplex, an unnecessary flip was just about the coolest thing that I had ever seen. I was so into RE4 that I still have this jacket I got when I was 16 or 17, because it was the only one that I could find that had a passing resemblance to Leon's. After beating RE4, I tore through the rest of the series up to that point as fast as I could. Requiem keeps Leon third person, as his sections still lead with more action and shooter mechanics. He's still dropping the corny jokes.
I think I want a second opinion.
Still cool as all get out. And now an almost 30-year veteran of handling bioterror attacks. Even with a virus and pushing 50, he still knows how to take care of business. The more fast-paced, wider-angle view and less scary nature of his sections fit his confident style and personality. This is why I play video games. It's wish fulfillment and a quick escape from reality. We want to play as someone more witty, cooler, more brave than ourselves. Mainline Resident Evil is full of trained heroes that know how to keep their fear in check and get it done. An agent, a special forces cop, a soldier, and then there's Grace. FBI analyst, chronic stutterer.
Why did you kidnap me?
Full of anxiety. Grace Ashcroft is everything a typical Resident Evil protagonist isn't. Her sections of the game are rife with horror, elevating the suspense by going first person and narrowing the view angle. Small details like hearing Grace's nervous breathing, seeing her hands shake, puts you literally in her shoes and takes away the confidence of a veteran like Leon. Because of her lack of conventional strength, these sections have an increased amount of tension requiring stealth, figuring out how or even if to strike, from the viewpoint of someone who is very much not an action hero. And this is exactly why she is one of my new favorite characters. If a majority of the protagonists in Resident Evil are trained in one way or another, and can set aside their fear to complete the mission, characters I would want to be in these situations, then Grace is the first one I can relate to. No, I don't know what it's like to fight zombies or bioengineered monsters, but I know what anxiety feels like. There's a phrase that I think about all the time. Do it scared. As someone who's dealt with anxiety, this phrase is a simple but powerful mantra that resonates with me, and why I think I connected with Grace as a character. It reminds me that being scared is okay, that courage isn't about having no fear, but pushing forward in spite of it. I think she embodies this phrase throughout the game as we see her build up her courage and finds a reason to be strong.
Stay here, Emily. You handle this. I'll handle that.
You expect characters like Leon to jump into action and start taking care of business. That's what we love about them. But I've also always been drawn to the fish out of water. The person who doesn't belong there. The person that conventional wisdom says has no chance, but knows how to use their wits. These are my favorite types of characters. Ones that, in spite of all the horror, fight takes over when you might expect flight. Someone who is willing to push through and make the decision to do it scared.
I don't want any more regrets. Whatever it takes, count me in.